Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
God's grace is so wonderful. When you experience the grace of God, you would be amazed. You would wonder, like, what happened all these years? Why did I not understand grace? Why did I not understand the love of Jesus? You would go and tell everybody. I would like you to listen to the previous episodes and don't miss the future ones, because this is very important. The church has not taught this. 2000 years it has been a battle for the grace of God. It is only the grace of God we are surviving today. And if we don't preach, if we don't teach about the grace of God, who is going to teach the grace of God? Nobody. Abraham lived. The law came after 430 years after Abraham's death. Abraham, from the beginning, Adam and Eve and Moses, everybody, the Israelites, the millions of them that were in the desert, ladies and the children and the men and the old, everybody, they experienced the goodness, the compassion, the love and the mercy of Jesus. And people were like, no, we don't want God's mercy, we don't want God's grace, we want do's and don'ts. And just give us a list of things, we will follow that, we will keep that. And Moses, God gave Moses the law, and that law put them into lots of problem. Exactly. They could not keep the law. They could not keep it. People lived hundreds and hundreds and almost 1,000 years people lived. When the law came, that's it. People were perishing like crazy. God's blessings are only based on God's goodness and faithfulness. Not on our faithfulness, not on our goodness. His faithfulness, His love, His compassion. The church is running, trying to earn it with their flesh, with their boasting, with thinking that they are doing this, they are trying this, they are this great intellectual people, they have worked for 20 hours, I prayed, I fasted all night, I'm better than my neighbor, I'm better than the next person, I give so many rupees of tithes and dollars and pounds and reals and everything I give to God. And I sow, and I'm 12 hours, I work hard, I confess the word, I know the word back and forth, and every scripture of blessing, every scripture of healing, because I confessed, I'm healed today, I'm blessed today, and all that. Those are all the works, self-effort. Based on self-effort, we the church have been ruling, and we the church have been at least, being on bondage, under that lie. It is not because of your prayer, it's not because of your tithes, it's not because of your work, it's not because of your confessions, fastings. It is the goodness, it is the love of God. All that I mentioned about fasting, prayer and all those are all important. I'm not trying to tell you not to do those. It's all important. But thinking that you have done that, my work, my hard work, that is what I'm trying to tell you. It is not you. It is the grace, it is the love, it is the faithfulness of Jesus. Life of thankfulness. Life should be, Jesus, thank you. That should be the life. Abraham lived under the covenant of grace. In spite of his lying, in spite of his, not being faithful or obeying God and going and sleeping with another woman, when God said, no, I will give you your son, promised one, and still God delivered them, provided supernaturally, took care of them. God was so faithful. Moses, people came and said, Moses, no, what's going to happen? God knew in His foreknowledge that guys are going to mess it up. Yes, Exodus 19, you see how God's hand has delivered the complainers, the murmurers. 19:4-6, if you see, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians. God is saying, you are my favorite people. You see what I did to the Egyptians and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you will in fact obey my words and keep my covenant agreement, then you shall be my own special possession and treasures from among all people of the world. For all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation set apart for my purpose. These are the words that you should speak to the Israelites. God is talking to people. You know, what did people say? Very arrogant. Very, very arrogant. People all answered. Verse 8. All the people answered together and said, we will do everything that the Lord has spoken. And Moses reported the words of the Lord, words of the people to the Lord. Basically, people will say, God's goodness, God's mercy, God's faithfulness, we cannot, we are so scared when you go up on the mountain and the cloud comes after 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, thick cloud comes on the mountain, and then this great big thunderous voice comes from, and everybody closes their ears because they are afraid, they are scared. What's happening up there, Moses? I don't know how Moses is tolerating this sound and all that. No. We don't want God to speak to us. We don't want God to lead us. We don't want God to do anything to us. Let Him give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we will do it. We will perform. We will make sure that we keep up the standard. We don't want God to see face to face. Moses, you want to see God face to face? You go. We don't want to go. You come back and tell us God said this. We will listen to you. You are a prophet. God chose you as a leader. Once they say we will obey you, another time they say we want to stone you to death. You came, you brought us to die, kill us in the desert. No food, no water, no nothing. That's what they did. I said, Moses, please keep us away. Tell us 1, 2, 3, 4, we will do it. Arrogantly. God knew that they cannot do it. I mean, remember, if they did not want God to give those, they could have said, no, Moses, we are seeing this pillar of fire. Wow. Moses, we see this cloud in the daytime. Wherever we are, there's cloud. Outside our campus, it's all scorching hot heat, 50, 70 degrees Celsius. In Dubai, we have our friends in Dubai, the churches in Dubai and other places. My goodness, the doors sweat there. The malls sweat. I see the glass doors, the humidity. Inside it's so cold. The AC and all, outside the moisture, the humidity, it just attracts, and then it just drips on the doors. So much of heat in the wilderness. But God protected these guys, with a cloud. It's a sign of baptism. That's a total different, they've gone through the cloud, a different subject. We will do it in a later stage, but God protected them from the heat stroke, from sun. He gave them water, He gave them food, He gave them everything. And in the night time, they didn't want to be scared, wild animals or whatever, dark, pitch dark and all. And God put fire, the pillar of fire. In the deserts, in the wilderness, you would become like a popsicle, the ice cube, because in the daytime it's so hot, in the nighttime it's so windy, so cold, people can't take it. God kept them warm in the nighttime. God kept them cool in the daytime. God scared their enemies away. People could have said, God, yes, we are grumblers, we are murmurers, we are bad people. It's fine, Lord, please forgive us. We are sinners, but you keep telling Moses, and we will follow Moses. Don't give us these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God would have done that. God would have been very happy. God thinking that they want my mercy, they want my grace, they want to be my people listening to what I want to say, what I want to tell them. In fact, they said, we are getting scared listening to the voice of God. So God gave them these laws, these regulations, these rules. And they said, we will perform. Moses, give us a list, we will perform. Yes, we will supply what God commands us. We don't need God. We don't want God to keep speaking us every time. You put us near the mountain and you say, everybody sit down, come get ready, purify yourself, sanctify yourself, come after 7 days, sit there, and everybody is sitting and trying to whatever. We don't want to do that, Moses. Once for all, give us what God is expecting, tell us what to do. We will perform. We will do it. Supply fully what God commands us. We will do that. Without God, we don't want God to speak to us every time. God, don't judge us anymore on your grace. That's what they were saying. We will do it. We don't want your grace. Access us based on our merit, our work, our obedience. That's what people were saying. We don't need your unmerited favor. We will do on our own. Give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And God said, okay guys, you don't want my mercy. You don't want me to lead you by the pillar of fire and the cloud. Okay, I'm going to give you. He gave the 10 commandments. And then all the 613 points to the 10 commandments back. Specifically do this way, do that way, blah, blah, blah. But they said, yes, we will do it. But God knew in His foreknowledge that they cannot do anything without Him. But these were all the shadows, these were all the types, these were all the figures that whatever God did, He was trying to show them, you can't do it. Okay, I'm going to do this exact same things with my son. All that I'm telling you in these Levitical laws, rituals and all those, my son is going to come. I will come myself, leave heaven because I love you so much. You don't need my grace. You don't need my favor. You want to work hard. You want to perform. You want to show off your great strength that without me you can do anything. But I know you can't do it. I will come. You want to try? Go ahead, try. First thing God said, don't touch the mountain. If you touch the mountain, you are dead. Exactly. The first thing God said, no touching the mountain. Gone. That's it. Wow. They didn't understand what was happening. Yeah. See the same chapter, verse 9. God just said, don't touch the mountain. The Lord said to Moses, behold, I will come to you in a thick cloud, so that the people may hear when I speak with you, and may believe and trust in you forever. I don't know if they were thinking this Moses is going to go up and make up something and come down and said, hey, see, God spoke to me. But God said, these guys, I know them, how these guys are. They are going to stone you to death, Moses. So I'm going to speak so loud and clear, everybody will hear, including you. Yeah, I'm going to echo. It's going to be echoing from the mountain. I will speak and may believe and trust in you forever. Yeah. So that the people may hear when I speak with you and may believe and trust in you forever. Then Moses repeated the words of the people to the Lord. Wow. When murmurers, when complainers, when complained, murmured, nothing happened. But why do they die now? You know why? The day we reject grace, the day we reject mercy, God withdrew Himself from them. What a contrast. 2,500 years of grace before the law was given. God was there. God protected them. God carried them with the wings of eagle. God gave them heavenly food. God gave them non-veg. God gave them sweet waters. God divided the Red Sea. I mean, so many miracles, wonders. Their clothes did not wear out. Our clothes, shirts, pants, slippers. I know what you're thinking of. Nothing wore out. Everything was perfect. Exactly, that was the love of God. No one of them, not one of them was feeble, not one of them was limping, not one of them was sick, not one of them had sunstroke, headache, so much of heat, give me some Kool-Aid. No, not one of them was sick, not one of them was upset, not one of them, they were all upset. I'm saying upset tummy. Yeah, going, traveling in the hot sun, no sunstroke, nothing. When you reject grace, God withdrew himself from them. Such a big contrast. 40 years of grace. They chose law to come under a different dispensation. They came under the dispensation of law, covenant that they wanted to perform. We don't need your goodness. We don't need your grace. We can do everything. And here comes Exodus 20 and the 10 commandments he gave. Exactly. You cannot keep those laws. And he said, okay, still, even if you don't keep the law, I will come out with an alternate rules, regulations, where I can bless you. So God started these offerings and sacrifices. You offer this to me, you sacrifice this to me, and blah, 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 and all that. He gave him so many different laws. And God helped them. See what happened when, as soon as they got the law, as soon as they did receive this, people started dying. People just started collapsing. The snakes, the serpents. It changed. Everything changed. Nothing happened till the law was given. Till everything was nice. Even they murmured and complained. But again, murmuring happened in Numbers 21. Numbers chapter 21 verses 5 and 6. There they grumbled. See, in the beginning also they grumbled at the Red Sea, and then for the water and for the food and everything. God was happy. God didn't say anything. He said, take it, come on, just give it, bless them, God bless them, take everything, no problem. And here, after the law was given, Numbers verse 21, they murmured and complained. What happened? The serpents came and started biting them. Don't know where the serpents, so many of the serpents came. Because of the dispensation, because the laws changed, because they have changed how God responded to them. Verse 5, so people spoke against God and against Moses. I cannot understand seeing the miracles and seeing the wonders, seeing these great miracles of God. They are murmuring, complaining against God and Moses, nobody else. Even these days, we keep receiving all these videos and WhatsApps of all the people that are healed, raised from the dead. I have seen those videos. Hundreds of people standing before them, praying and praying and praying, and they are just, and we receive these videos. I just recently saw a video of a lame child, a boy around, I think he might have been around 12 or 13 years old, brought on a stretcher, brought on a wheelchair. And people prayed, the church prayed, and they rose up. The boy rose up. And what's happening? They don't believe. That's exactly happening. Even today, even those days also, same thing happened. People saw, the Israelites saw firsthand the miracles of God. The manna falling from heaven on their heads and everywhere. On their houses, everywhere. And people saw the miracles, and still, because they came under a different law, as soon as the law was given, they started complaining against God and Moses. We have brought us, why have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, nor is there any water, and we loathe this miserable food. Then the Lord sent fiery, burning serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and many Israelites died. Wow, many Israelites died. God's love, God's mercy, when we reject it, when we don't want, we say, we can do it, we can do it. When we get that attitude, we open doors for the enemy to enter in. You are away from the protection and guidance of God. You open doors, the hedge of protection is broken, and the enemy gets in. The serpents get in, the demons get in, the sickness get in, the problems come, depression come, all kinds of evil come and enter your house, your family. Brothers, today we need God's grace, we need God's love. You can do nothing apart from Him. He is the vine, we are the branches. We cannot do anything without Him. Brothers, today I ask you, accept His grace, accept His love. Say, Jesus, I'm a sinner. Please come into my heart. I want to live under the grace, under your grace and truth. And I want to experience blessing. I want to have peaceful life. I want to have a happy life, prosperous life. I want to have salvation. Help me, Lord. Let that be your prayer. And God is going to be filling you with His grace, overflowing you with His grace and truth, and you will enjoy life when you realize, when you get this revelation of grace and truth in your life. God bless you.